Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 7th of February and I have some rather interesting news for you today regarding the Legend of Zelda, and probably some unexpected news for those of you who may not have already heard. And that, well, Zelda, who is of course a series with a rather legendary lineage, is going to be a TV show by Netflix, and it's going to be, well, live action, which seems a bit of a strange choice. You'd think that if they were going to make this into a TV show, it would be animated, either in the Western or Japanese style. Now, Netflix is describing it as Game of Thrones for a family audience, which seems like a really weird choice of description for a game that's, well, can have its dark moments, but of course has been played by pretty much anyone of all ages. Most of us played Zelda when we were quite young, and many young people have probably played it since then, so it seems an odd description. Now, of course, the series has included magical elements, swords and sorcery, monsters and whatnot, but of course a more light-hearted tone, and that's probably where they're talking about the Game of Thrones for a family audience. So magic, monsters, swords, that sort of thing, but of course with a more family-friendly tone. Now, Netflix is apparently working very closely with Nintendo, and, well, Nintendo are pretty much, well, militant when it comes to protecting their intellectual property, and has allowed for a few adaptations over the years. Of course, the legendary, for all the wrong ways, Legend of Zelda series ran for just one series back in 1989, and the Super Mario Brothers film, well, was a rather infamous failure. Now, Netflix apparently is still seeking a writer to work on the series, so, well, the show has a long way to go before it actually becomes a thing that you can load up Netflix to watch. And it is entirely possible that it will never get off the ground. Netflix or Nintendo will possibly kill the project if it doesn't look like it's going to be satisfactory. Nintendo, as I said earlier, are very protective of their IP, and of course, given that they don't exactly have the amazing track record with allowing their properties to become movies/films, they're going to be very protective over one of their biggest franchises. And of course, if the series isn't looking up to snuff, we are, well, not going to see it happen. Now, at this time, this is a rumour, and Nintendo said that the company, quote, doesn't comment on rumours and speculation, which tells us basically nothing, just that they don't want to comment one way or the other. Personally, I hope this is true, and I hope it actually comes to fruition. If this is done right, it could be a really good show, as long as they don't go too over the top with the family-friendly and make it into a kids show, then you're all good, because you can do a kids show that adults can still enjoy. See Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra. If you do it in that kind of style, I think it could work really nicely for the Zelda series, with, of course, live action rather than cartoons. I'd imagine that such a series would be quite expensive to make, which is why I'm quite surprised that they've gone for the live action option, but I suppose animation is also very expensive, so no matter what, it's going to cost Nintendo and Netflix quite a bit of dough. So here's hoping it comes to fruition, and here's hoping it's actually good. I feel like Netflix have got a pretty good reputation for making damn good television at this stage. All of their own series that I've seen, like, say, you know, House of Cards or whatever, have been pretty damn good, so I'd imagine that they can do this justice, so let's cross our fingers and hope, shall we? Anyway, that is me done for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.